Hello, students, and welcome back to our series on fractions. Today, we're going to tackle something you probably see all the time without even realizing it. We're talking about how to write a number that's more than one whole thing, but not quite two. By the end of this, you'll handle these bigger than one fractions like a total pro. So just imagine this. You've got one full pizza and then half of another one sitting right next to it. How would you actually write that down in math? You can't just say one pizza because, well, you've got more than that. But you can't say two pizzas either. This exact problem is why we have a special kind of fraction, and it's what we're going to master today. All right, let's get right into it. The answer to our little pizza puzzle is something we call a mixed fraction. So let's break down exactly what that means.
So what is a mixed fraction, really? Well, it's just a mix of two things, a whole number and a proper fraction. Remember, a proper fraction is just one where the top number is smaller than the bottom. Think of it like this. How many whole things do I have, and how much of the next one is left over? For our pizza example, that would be one whole pizza and half of the next one. Easy, right?
Let's look at another one, 2 3/4. Here, the big 2 is our whole number. Maybe you can imagine 2 full chocolate bars, and the 3/4 is the proper fraction. That's the extra 3 pieces you have from the next bar. See how it has a whole part and a fraction part? That's all a mixed fraction is. It's that simple. Now, sometimes you're going to see fractions where the top number, the numerator, is actually bigger than the bottom number, the denominator. We call these improper fractions. They also represent a value greater than 1, just like mixed fractions. So let's learn how to unpack an improper fraction and turn it into a mixed one that's way easier to understand. It's a really simple 4-step process. First, you just divide the top number by the bottom number. Step 2, the main answer you get from that division, the quotient, becomes your new whole number. Step 3, whatever is left over, the remainder, becomes the new top number of your fraction. And step 4, and this is the golden rule, the denominator always stays the same. Okay, let's actually work through an example together. We need to convert the improper fraction 7/3 into a mixed fraction. You ready? Let's do this step by step. First step is to divide. We divide the numerator, 7, by the denominator, 3. So how many times does 3 go into 7? Well, it goes in 2 times, and that leaves 1 left over. So our quotient is 2, and our remainder is 1. Step 1, done. Now for step 2. Remember our quotient from the division? It was 2. This number becomes the big whole number part of our mixed fraction. Simple as that. And now for the final steps. That remainder we had, which was 1, becomes our new numerator, the new top number. And what about the denominator? It stays exactly the same. It was 3 before, so it's 3 now. And just like that, we got our answer, 2 1/3. And there we have it. The improper fraction 7/3 is exactly the same as the mixed fraction 2 1/3. See? You've absolutely got this. Excellent work. Now, what if we want to go the other way? What if we start with a mixed fraction and want to pack it up into an improper fraction? This is a super important skill, especially for when you start adding, subtracting, or multiplying fractions later on. This process is also super simple. Step 1, you multiply the big whole number by the denominator. Step 2, you take that answer and add the original numerator to it. Step 3, that final sum is your new numerator. And step 4, you guessed it, the denominator stays the same. Let's give it a try. We'll use our answer from the last problem, 2 1/3, and see if we can get right back where we started. This is actually a great way to check if your work is correct. Okay, step 1, we multiply the whole number, which is 2, by the denominator, which is 3. 2 times 3 gives us 6. Perfect. Step 1 complete. Next, we take that result, 6, and we add the original numerator, which was 1. So 6 plus 1 equals 7. This 7 is going to be our new top number. And now we just put it all together. Our new numerator is 7, and our denominator, it stays the same at 3. So our final answer is 7/3. And there you have it. We started with 7/3, changed it to 2 1/3, and now we've changed it right back. This just proves that the two methods are perfect opposites of each other. Great job following along. So let's just quickly put these two skills side by side. To go from an improper fraction to a mixed one, what's the key action? It's division. To go the other way, from mixed back to improper, the key actions are multiply and then add. Remembering this simple difference is, well, it's key. All right, let's quickly recap the most important points from today's lesson. This will make sure you are totally ready for any questions that come up in your exams. So let's summarize it all. To go from improper to mixed, you divide. To go from mixed to improper, you multiply and then add. And don't forget this really important rule. The fraction part of a mixed number has to be a proper fraction, meaning the top number must be smaller than the bottom. And finally, my number one exam tip. Please listen carefully to this. In both of these conversions, what was the one thing that never ever changed? That's right, the denominator. This is the most common mistake students make. Always double check that your final denominator is the same one you started with. If you get that right, you'll be in fantastic shape. Keep practicing, and I'll see you next time.